Dang, I don't have an intro to gate you guys from starting the video. I'm sure a lot of you are devastated at the news of that, but you know, things have been slow on my end. I haven't been ID'd at weird places recently. Haven't broken any limbs. Ain't been to a 2-year-old's birthday party where I was drinking whiskey neat. Haven't killed a goat. Slow week over at Casa Esidawit. The ending of Amphoreus' most recent quest certainly was interesting. For one, it's confirmed what the mysterious third path affecting Amphoreus was, and it's the destruction.
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphoreus. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction.
And for 2, it told us how the destruction is affecting Amphoreus, and it's because there's a Lord Ravager shackled somewhere on Amphoreus.
So, if you ignore my warnings and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens, their fury will engulf the cosmos.
The big question, of course, is which Lord Ravager is it? But before we can answer that, we must ask ourselves, what is a Lord Ravager? Now, for those unaware or, have been loosely following the plot of the story for the last couple of years, a Lord Ravager is quite simply an emanator of the destruction, my nigga Nanook. Now, let me make one thing absolutely perfectly crystal clear. I fully support the Eon Nanook's actions. I have an entire video dedicated to explaining why Nanook simply views life as a cancer and why they feel the need to bring destruction unto the universe. That I think is a damn convincing video. It's not a video I'm not sitting here making these claims because, he's a contrarian. It's like, yeah, I support Celestia, but that's because I support Celestia's actions. I don't personally support Nanook's actions because Nanook's actions are wrong. So why do I support Nanook? Because he's black! I just want to see a brother winning, nigga, that's all, man. Black on black crime, it's gotta stop here, folks. We gotta support each other, support the community. So yeah, I say fuck it, kill them all, Nanook. And now, as I was saying earlier, before the fucking spirit of Al Sharpton took over, Lord Ravagers are the strongest of the strongest, my friends. Some are even said to have wiped out galaxies, which really sort of makes you wonder why there's any tension in this game. Like, no, just snap your fingers and get it over with. Like, I don't know, man. Although their destructive powers does fit with Lygus saying their fury would consume the cosmos. Quote, responding to the desire to destroy everything, Lord Ravagers emerge to command each of the different legions. A Lord Ravager is an emanator of the Eon, an executor of the will of destruction. Obsessed with the beauty of destruction, they implement the practice of returning all things to entropy. They are also artists on the battlefield and ultimate weapons of destruction. They command interstellar warfare and control the might of destruction bestowed by the Eon. Each Lord Ravager has a unique philosophy of destruction, making them extremely dangerous. Academics believe that Lord Ravagers were elevated as emissaries of Nanook due to this absolutely obsessive and intense destructive aesthetic. There are currently 7 living Lord Ravagers, and they are as follows: Phantilia, the Iron Tomb, Selenova, Zephyrio, an unknown Lord Ravager who's acquired the nickname the Sun Devourer due to having wiped out 1/3 of the stars in a star system. An unknown Lord Ravager we'll call Billy, who, turns planets into antimatter. And finally, another unknown Lord Ravager we'll call the Watcher. This one takes pleasure in the slow, methodical takeover of planets with armies. He's been likened to a chess grandmaster and has taken out countless worlds. And now there is one dead Lord Ravager, the liability Zulo. A Galaxy Ranger sort of just gang banged that nigga till he died. He dead, not like it matters to the conversation. And speaking of the conversation, which Lord Ravager named above could be shackled in Amphoreus? Now, this plot line is interesting for a number of different reasons. Who has the ability to even shackle a Lord Ravager? How do the cycles affect the Lord Ravager? How would Herta entering Amphoreus free the Lord Ravager? But ultimately, we're here to answer that title question. If we can, that is. Look, we can start out by ruling out which Lord Ravager it isn't, and that's that big titty bitch Fantilia! Given we just squared off against her and, she's just hyper-obsessed with the Xianzhou right now, this leaves us 6 possible candidates. Now, what's interesting about the Lord Ravagers is that they each have their own style of destruction. So, for instance, Fantilia's was subversion. She likes causing chaos from within. It's not as overt as one would expect, like, take, for instance, Zephyrio, a one-man army obsessed with power and violence. He's said to have completely wiped out the Tianua galaxy all on his own. Iron Tomb, for instance, likes only attacking technologically advanced civilizations, and once wiped out an entire industrial world. Selenova is Nanook's top general. She has antimatter legion troops spread all throughout the universe. The Watcher takes pleasure in a slow, methodical takeover of a planet, slowly watching it die. Quote, the Legion crept very slowly toward the front line, building up an advantage, exerting pressure, and chipping away at any resistance. Just like observing an ant's colony, they watch their victim experience slow structural collapse. He's been likened to a chess grandmaster. The Sun Devourer, well, this nigga just likes eating suns, huh? And Billy just likes turning planets into antimatter so that when they come into contact with matter, the planet explodes. Now, of these Lord Ravagers, who is it? Who's the one shackled on Amphoreus? Well, can we rule anyone out? Probably not, because the question isn't who's attacking Amphoreus, it's who's shackled in Amphoreus. Now, while it's likely the Lord Ravager was only shackled upon attacking Amphoreus in the distant past, in which case it would seem possible we could remove someone like Iron Tomb thanks to Amphoreus not being technologically advanced, this line of thinking is extremely sketchy as we just don't know enough about how the Lord Ravager wound up on Amphoreus. Now, if we want to play the semantics game to figure out which Lord Ravager is shackled on Amphoreus and pay close attention to Lycurgus' word choice, he associated the shackled Lord Ravager with the adjective fury. Now, while I'm sure every Lord Ravager would be enraged upon being shackled, that term certainly describes some Lord Ravagers better than others, like for instance, Zephyrio, whose predilection with all things violence and power related would indeed lend itself to engulfing a cosmos should he become enraged. However, the Amphoreus trailer might actually offer up another answer, as in it, we see a giant hand shackled, seemingly holding up what could be a sun before it's devoured by darkness, a possible reference to the Sun Devourer. So, who's the Lord Ravager on Amphoreus? I don't know. In truth, I don't think it's possible to say right now. If we're being completely honest, it could be any of them, except Fantilia. I'm 1000% confident it's not her. Yeah, but if I had to wager a guess, because, that's more fun. If I had to wager a guess, I'd probably say Zephyrio or the Sun Devourer. Gun to my head, the Sun Devourer. That's impressive, man. I went from no answer to Sun Devourer in about 6 seconds.